Okay, so I just have to start the recording so I could try to get all the information here. So like I said, we have been pretty much broken down already the executive, Ruby, and Emerald charts. So I just want you guys to see how the thing is once you promote to each level, then you're already filling in that next promotion. So the purpose of this business is to basically train up other people how to fill their charts, which in essence fills your own. So let me pull up the diamond really quickly. So I have this empty diamond chart I want you guys to see. Let's see. I hope this is the one that is showing up. Oh man, those of you who were with me for the Emerald through Ruby, or sorry, executive through Ruby, I think even the Emerald, the first two, I thought you could see both things. So I have this on my screen and I have this other one on my screen, and I was like pointing back and forth, and then someone was like, I can only see one thing. So super duper, I was like comparing an executive chart to a Ruby chart side by side, and you guys could only see one thing. So let me pull up one at a time. But if you look here on this diamond chart that we have, you'll see, obviously, it explains up here what you need. Okay, so the requirements: 1 Ruby, 1 Emerald, 3 qualified legs. All right, so like we've said with the executive chart, what the heck is a qualified leg? It's having one distributor who is at 400 group volume. So when you're going strict for that first promotion, you're going for that executive, you want to have 2 distributors underneath you that has that 400 volume. So you started off way down here at the bottom. You were this executive right here, and you wanted 1 person at 400 volume, 2 people at 400 volume. That 400 group volume, as you know, is coming from the collection of distributors and loyal customers underneath that person. So let's go back to your top line here. So you're going diamond. You have 3 people on your top line. That means that there are 3 people that are directly under you. So it's you and the 3 distributors that you signed right away or whatever. So for them to get that 400 group volume, that is their 80 bonus volume auto shipment. So that's the products that they're using every month personally, that they're the products that they are selling. So wraps that they're selling, skincare they're using, things that they're greens on the go that they're sending out, whatever it may be. That's their 80 BV auto ship. That counts towards that 400 group volume. There are 4 loyal customers that they want to get to be eligible for bonuses. That all counts towards that group volume. And then you're having all of any distributors that they sign up, and any distributors that are any loyal customers their distributor gets, that counts towards a group volume. So it's basically a collection of the whole group on this leg. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 legs underneath you. Actually 5, sorry. So you have the 3, the 1 Ruby, and then 1 Emerald. Obviously, as we know, it's just basically having 3 rubies on this chart and then the 3 people up here. So to have a ruby, it's having these executives under it and then 2 extra little people. So an emerald is the same thing, the 2 little people at the top, 2 more rubies. So what I would do, and then it talks about obviously the bonuses, which are amazing, and I will mention, but the point of diamond is basically you're saying, hey, I'm legit about this business. You're reaching that first leadership level, and what they're doing is they're going to give you an extra bonus. So as you know, for executives, rubies, and emeralds, every single time you enroll a loyal or a distributor and they get those 2 loyal customers, then you get $100 in fast start bonuses paid to you that next Friday. Amazing. Cash in your pocket, no big deal. So when you go diamond, what's so amazing about it is they're giving you an extra $80. So what that is it's called your CAB. It's a commission acquisition bonus. So let's say you go diamond. This is why it's so important. You promote to diamond Hey, Sarah, you promote to diamond in May, which would be phenomenal. So then any distributor that you sign after you go diamond, you're going to get that $100 fast start bonus. Plus you're going to get $80 for that person. So you're going to get 180 bucks. Plus what's going to happen is let's say you're already a diamond and this is a separate emerald chart you're working on to go double diamond. So just ignore this. So let's say you're a diamond and you end up signing this emerald spot and then this person, these two people. So cool. You get $180, $180. But then what's awesome is let's say that this person in this ruby spot all of a sudden fills in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of her own distributors. Even though you did not sign them, you're a diamond, you're capped to them, which means you'll get 80, 80, 80, 80, 80 in bonuses. So you'll not only get $100 fast start plus $80 additionally for all your personally enrolled, then you're going to start getting 80, 80, 80, 80, 80 stacked in infinite $80 every single time you one of your distributors that you signed as diamond signs a new distributor. So if you end up signing this like rock star in June and you just went diamond and she signs up 10 people that month, that's $800 in bonuses you will get strictly because you were her diamond leader. So that's why I'm saying it's so vital to get to diamond. And what I would do if you are looking at this and you are over here trying to promote to this level, what you want to do is break it up into legs. So of course your top line is of like 100% your responsibility. Like everyone on this chart is your responsibility. You are diamond. You're owning your chart. You're owning your promotion. We get that. So you obviously want to make sure these are 400. No one else is going to do that for you. But what would be great is if your Ruby is like, yeah, I'm going Ruby. I can't wait. I'm a Ruby leader. But you have to establish that in the beginning. You have to establish that leadership, that value, that trust within this person. So what I would do is I would create a chat that's specifically for each leg and the leaders in that leg. So I would talk with this person in this Ruby spot and this person in this executive spot and say, hey guys, like I know that you guys really want to go executive and Ruby this month. This is what you need. You each need to have 2 distributors under you who get that 400 group volume. This is how we're going to do it. And then have a party specifically for this Ruby leg, have them join in on our loyal customer power hours, have a little incentive strictly for this, and make sure that they feel like you're a Ruby leader, you're an executive leader. Remember that as you're signing these distributors, you are automatically teaching them how to get their first 4 customers. You're teaching them how to fill their steps to success so that this executive is now filling their Ruby, so on and so forth. So of course, your role is to fill as many spots as possible, but you also want to make sure that these people in the promotable spots feel so valued as your leaders. So your Emerald, this is huge. Emerald is such a hard promotion. Like it really, jumping from a Ruby to an Emerald takes so much. So, I mean, it's kind of like the forgotten promotion, but I think it's an incredible, incredible level to be at. That hits that $1,000 mark a month, which is game changing for a lot of people. So you want to make sure that you have a chat with the Emerald spot, the Ruby spot, the executive spot, the Ruby spot, and the executive spot. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on your chat, and this is your leader. Or you can make whatever, put all of them on one chat. Be like my diamond leadership chat, whatever, and like make sure that they understand what they need to do. And the reality is, if you look at this, every single person in a promotable spot just needs to have 2 people in a qualified leg outside of their promotion. So you talk to your Emerald and you say your goal, like without a doubt, not even a goal, like a requirement, is to have distributor 1, distributor 2, get them to 400 GV, whatever you need to do. This is what needs to happen. Help them get their customers, make sure they run their auto ship, You talk to your Ruby. You have distributor 1 and distributor 2. Make sure they have their 400 group volume. You talk to your executive. You have distributor 1 and distributor 2. So the reality is every single person, your Emerald, 2 distributors to 400. Your Ruby, 2 distributors to 400. Executive, 2 distributors. You see the trend here? So the reality is if you break it up like that, it makes it so much more doable, because instead of like looking at this whole thing that's super daunting, you've broken it into your legs. So let me actually show you this one other. I have one that's filled in. All right, so here is this guy. All right, so this is just, obviously, it's the exact same thing. It just has some names in here. I don't know if that will help or not. Sometimes for you guys who are visual, it's helpful. So this is the exact same thing I just showed for the Ruby and the Emerald. It breaks it down into, obviously, people. So this is your sister. You have your friend, your coworker, and your babysitter. People that obviously are in your life, different areas. It could be your Publix or your grocery store cashier, your nurse, your whatever. You have your neighbor here, and then of course this is a very idealistic chart, because it's basically saying your neighbor filled in her own 5, your sister filled in her own 5. Not necessarily how it all happens. We know that, but that's the purpose of. So like, for example, so your sister, she signed 4 people. That's all. She signed her friend, her stylist, another friend, and a coworker. What did you sign? You signed 4 people. Your sister, your friend, your coworker, your babysitter. So you signed 4, she signed 4. So that's the steps to success plus 1. You know what I mean? Like, that's very doable. So then your sister's stylist, this Ruby, she signed her sister, her friend, and a client. All right, cool. So then your sister stylist simply filled her steps to success, signed these 3 people, and then the stylist's sister signed her friend and her mom. So it's just kind of showing you that the purpose is of filling your steps is literally to set the example for your team. So if you're telling your team, like if I'm telling you guys, oh my gosh, like steps to success challenge, da da da, and I'm not commenting with like the 4 LCs and 3 DTs I'm signing every month, that's like, it's not hypocritical, but like, why? I'm not going to ask you guys to do something that I'm not doing myself. And it's kind of showing you, doesn't matter what rank, whether you're going for diamond or ambassador, or if I'm going for, diamond 2.0 or whatever, all I'm doing every single week, every single month is simply filling my steps to success. So if you break it down over here, the other person your sister signed, her friend. So then your sister's friend signs the friend's sister-in-law, the friend's mom, and the friend's aunt. Oh my gosh, cool. She filled her steps to success. So then what does she do? She teaches each of these 3 people. She says, hey, sister-in-law, mom, aunt, your goal is steps to success. And then having, like, let's say the sister-in-law's who takes off and she's like, yeah, I don't want to be at this desk job. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. So then the sister-in-law signs her friend and her mom. So it's just kind of showing. And meanwhile, you're obviously still actively signing. So you could be helping put like 2 customers, 2 customers, 2 customers, 2 customers, boom, $100, $100, $100, $100. And then showing your sister, this is your Emerald chart. I want you to take ownership of it. Make sure you fill your top line. I think a top line absolutely is a non-negotiable. So you say you want to fill your top line. So if you're going for Emerald, all 4 of those people on your top line directly under you on your Emerald should be people that you signed up because you want to get those $100 bonuses. And then you tell your sister stylist or you tell your neighbor, these are 3 people on your top line that you want to fill in because you want those $100 bonuses. And then when the mom, the sister, and the cousin all start filling their steps, let's say the cousin has 1 distributor under her and the sister has 1 distributor under her. Awesome. So boom, your Emerald is being filled, but the mom signs 2. So then the mom is in the executive spot because she has those 2 filled. But let's say if the sister all of a sudden gets another distributor who gets a big order, the sister could become the executive. Like you can move them around, but you want the executive spot to be the person who is the most likely to promote that month. So by all means, if you want to create a leadership chat by Ruby, that's another way of doing it. So you could have this Ruby chat, this Ruby chat, and this Ruby chat. You'd be like, hey guys, so pumped to like have you guys here. And like, it may seem like a lot of work, but the reality is it's not. You're helping every single person answer very similar questions. They're all in the beginning of their journey. Every single person here underneath a Ruby wants to become a Ruby. So then you just focus on trainings, on videos, on promotions, on getting these people to Ruby. So then once, let's say the cousin is like, oh my gosh, I can get to Ruby. Like, I love this little chat. I love this training. Then she pops into a Ruby underneath your neighbor, which all of a sudden is filling up, half of your neighbor's emerald, which means that you're filling up, an emerald outside of your strong leg, which is going to help you get to double diamond. So it's just consistently pouring into people. And like I said before, it's not necessarily pouring in for like hours and hours, like constantly all day. It's just making sure that you are checking in, that you're doing what you can to communicate, that you're showing, you're leading by example, and you're not making it more complicated than it needs to be. Because I know that having 24 people on a chart seems so daunting, but when you break it up into just your top line and then their top line. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that you signed up. Congratulations. You got $500 in fast start bonuses. You have helped each of them get to their 4 loyal customers so that they are eligible to get their $5,000 to $10,000 bonuses. Cool. Now you need to empower this person, show this Ruby leader, your neighbor. All right, cool. What do you got to do to get to Ruby? You need to have 5 people under you. You are responsible for filling your steps. You need to take ownership of this, believe in yourself. You've already invested the $100. Your goal is to sign 3 people who want to do this business with you. And once you sign those 3 people, show them and help them get their first 4 customers right away. How are you able to do that? We have our power hours. We have our team parties. We have our BYO Biz page. Like, they have the tools they need. And then once they sign their 4 customers, whoever signs the distributor first, boom, that's your executive spot. And then you teach that person how to sign another distributor, and then all of a sudden that Ruby is filled. So it's just breaking it down into the Rubies. Like I said, your emerald, she needs to have 2 people that she specifically has signed and gotten to 4 customers. The Ruby, 2 people that she signed and it's gotten, to that 400 group volume. The executive, 2 people who got to 4 group volume. Once you do that and the exec signs 2, fills them to 400. The Ruby signs 2, fills them to 400. The Emerald signs 2, then all of a sudden, wow, your chart's like really looking up, So all I'm saying is don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it seem like it's more than the steps to success. Like, your team needs like a ton more from you than just leading by example and breaking down the basics. And then really, like I said, I would very strongly encourage you. The way I got to Diamond and Double Diamond was making those little groups. So I was like, hey, you're a Ruby group. Hey, you're a Ruby group. And I would have these active chats, and I would literally have each Ruby. So I had 3 going on, and then I had of course, my top line probably wasn't doing much, but let's say they are building a Ruby. I would have them on a separate group so that it started creating that layered leadership. It started creating that familiarity within each other. They started asking their own questions, creating a lot of team mentorship, and just kind of a safe place, because I know that Legacies sometimes seems like a really big page, or people don't want to ask questions or whatever. And it's just kind of nice to have that small little family kind of feel. So I would definitely do that. And then just realize that 400 group volume is possible when every single person is signing their 4 customers and every single person is running their ADBV auto ship. Then you may just need, a couple, you may need 50 or 30 or whatever volume outside of that, which is where you could just place a personal order or whatever. So I hope that helps. I'm going to end it now. And then, like I said before in the other Zooms, just ask your questions on the thread of the actual Legacies page. And then I'm going to post an example of how you can find the charting in eSuite, and you can plug in the people. So when you go to your eSuite, you click on reports and you can click on the tree viewer, and it lists all the people in the spots like in your downline, and then you can plug them into the actual like online chart in eSuite, and it'll calculate how much volume you're going to need. So for every promotion, the rule of thumb is the month that you want to promote, you need to make sure that you have your boxes filled at least 2 weeks before. So if you're going for, unless you just need like 1 or 2, but if you're looking at a diamond chart and you need like an entire new, like you need like 7 more people, like it's going to be really hard to sign 7 people and get them all to 400 within like a 14-day span. But I mean, it's definitely possible. But I would say the rule of thumb is whatever month. So if you decide, like Lori always asked me, like, are you going diamond this month? Or like, what month are you doing this? And I would write it down. And I literally told myself, I'm being fired from my job May 15th. I put in my like 3 weeks notice. I was like, I'm being fired. I need to make sure that like I am at double diamond by my May 15th paycheck, which meant I needed to go double by April 30th, so that I'm replacing my income. And I worked backwards from April 30th on my calendar to make sure that I made it happen. And I was like, I need this many distributors, and I need this many people at 400, and then this many people promoting. And I just started creating that excitement, that leadership. And then I just like, I pointed them towards the page for training. So like, if I'm filling, my steps like twice a month or whatever it is to like fill all these boxes, I don't have time to like train these people. So I pointed them towards the page, point them towards Legacies, say, hey, fill your BYOB steps, text me, message me every single time you complete a step. This is a super helpful tool our leaders have put together. It's a step-by-step guide that's all inclusive of what you need to do. Point them towards Legacies, ask questions, look at the files, look at the photos. Like, these are our charting Zooms. These are our DT power hours. These are our whatever. Literally all of the tools are here. You don't have to be focused on training. You just need to be focused on filling your steps to success, and then creating these chats and showing the people, hey guys, I just signed a loyal customer today. Here is how. Here's the picture I used. This is the follow-up message I used. This is whatever. And then showing people how you're doing it. So people are going to do what you do. They're not going to do what you say. So you just have to take ownership, have excitement, and don't complicate it. But just make sure, like I said, consistently you're talking to them once a day, at least once a day, having that line of communication, and then showing people like, I'm watching you. I'm watching your progress. I'm doing this with you, creating that urgency, stepping up, acting like a diamond leader before you go diamond, and then understanding like, wait, getting to diamond will change my life, because not only is there possibly this big bonus available for you, but even if there's not, like, getting a diamond bonus would be awesome. That's an extra $400 a month. But like, what's even more awesome is if you don't have a diamond bonus and you start getting cabs. And like I said, you sign one distributor, you get $180 for her, and then she signs 5. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, cool. I almost just got 500 more bucks because my one person just signed 5, and you didn't even have to sign those people. You're just getting that $80 bonus for all of the people that your distributors are signing simply because you're a diamond. So it's like mind blowing how much money is available. I can't even tell you. So yeah, I mean, if you go diamond and you're like, I want to make, I want that diamond bonus, but I'm not eligible. It's like, okay, well, that's $400 a month. That's fine. If you sign 2 distributors, then all of a sudden you're almost making $400 in bonuses, because you're getting $180 for each distributor. Plus you're going to get $80 when they just sign 1. So, anyways, just understand that diamond is like it's life changing. It's like a make or break kind of thing. Like, once you go diamond, you realize, wait, this could actually be my career. Like, I can fund a lot of monthly payments with this money And then you start to see like going from diamond to double is a really, really easy jump. So it's absolutely, it's just, you've got to do it. You have to just not make excuses. You have to decide, I'm going diamond in May, I'm going diamond in June, and then just go diamond. Just fill your steps and then make sure that you're taking ownership and accountability for your team that you're adding. And if you're making excuses, your team's going to make excuses. If you're not signing your steps, your team's not going to sign steps. So if you're like, I just am not signing a runner, then you're probably not acting like a runner. So if you want to get there, then just like, don't make excuses, don't look left, don't look right. Write it down. This is the amount of distributors I need to sign. And if you have 10 empty boxes, then make it a thing. I'm going to sign 10 people. And if you end up signing, 10 people, but each like 5 of those people start signing their own, then cool. You're just going to start building your double diamond at the same time. So don't put all the effort and all the responsibility on your team, but also understand that like when you are leading correctly, your charts will start to form themselves. So just be excited and go do it. That's all.